Hey guys, what's up? It's Chef Gibby, and today we're making pineapple honey ribs. And so I have the ribs here marinating already, but I do want to tell you how I marinate the ribs so you can make it on your own. So I have a can of crushed pineapple, 4 cloves of garlic, salt, pepper, chili powder, garlic powder, and olive oil. And so what we did is we just mixed it all together and we submerged it. I wrapped it with plastic wrap and I just put it in the fridge overnight. And the longer you do it, the more sweet it's gonna taste. And then to amp up the sweetness, and you might think that ribs shouldn't taste like very, very sweet, but I put salt and the chili powder so you get kind of a spicy kick sweet. And then we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna coat it in honey so you get that kind of sticky rib taste that almost is like a sauce on the ribs. So right now I'm gonna take this out and we're gonna go grill. Let's go. So we are at my grill, and so what we're gonna do now is we are going to take our ribs full of that crushed pineapple, but you wanna shake off as much as possible. Then you wanna put it so the bones arch up. Lay it across your heat. And you really do wanna make sure that there's no like extra stuff that's on there, because that can catch fire and give your steak a burnt taste. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wait. We're gonna close the lid and we're gonna wait till it has perfect grill marks. And then we're gonna flip it over, and once it's flipped over, we're gonna coat it with honey and we're just gonna let it sit until it's all nice and cooked. So my favorite thing about these ribs is that honey glaze. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip this over and see, you got these nice grill marks. You don't have like a lot of grill marks, but you have it cooked enough. We really want the underside to have the most grill marks, because this, if it has too many grill marks, you'll kind of just get a huge charred flavor when you spread the honey. So now we're gonna grab our bottle of honey and we're just gonna spread it, just a nice diagonal line. We're gonna come back. And you're gonna do it on both sides, but you want this to be the most prominent side. And I just take my tongs and I spread it out. And see how it almost kind of gets a little bit more golden because you have that honey kind of tint to it. And we're gonna let the underside flip, and then we're just gonna, this is done. We're gonna cook it mostly on the underside, because since you put honey on it, if you flip it over, the honey's gonna stick to the grill and make the grill look burnt, and then it's gonna leave a burnt taste to your food. So we're just gonna shut it and let the other side cook. So our ribs are done. What I ended up doing is I flipped them over just so we could see this, and then I spread a little bit of honey on them. And just by sight, they look so beautiful. That kind of nice gloss from the honey over the char. And I did cut it in half so we can make sure that it's cooked. I do trust my thermometer, but I always like to look by sight. And the best thing about this recipe, I'm just gonna transfer it to a new pan, because you don't wanna cross-contaminate. You don't wanna put cooked meat or raw meat as bin, because then you're basically canceling out the cooking. So one of my favorite things about this recipe is it's so easy. Everyone shies away from making ribs because they think it's so hard. It's a huge cut of meat. It's never gonna cook. It's gonna cook in like 6 hours. It's gonna overcook on them. But literally this took me about 20, 30 minutes. It was easy, it's quick, it's delicious. So I am gonna take it inside and slice it up. So we just brought the ribs in, and it's now the perfect time. I've let them rest. If you don't let these rest, all the juices will run out, and it won't be good because they'll end up drying out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna slice through. And then I just like to cut by the, like in between each bone. Normally some people cut them in segments of 2 or 3, but I just cut them in 1 because I just put them on a huge platter, and then you take how many you want. You know what? Before I cut up, open the rest, I'm gonna wish a little bit of happy birthday to myself. I make these things, well, I don't make them. I call them Cook's Candles. So all I gotta say is happy birthday to me, and let's eat your rib. My wish was to eat one of these ribs, so excuse me. This rib is so good. We get that juice from that pineapple, little honey dripping down. It's sticky, it's sweet, it's salty, it's everything you want in a rib. So I will see you guys next time on a brand new episode of A Kid in the Kitchen. I'm just gonna hack at these ribs myself, so I'll see you later.